Hello, Soldierboy here, and welcome to this month's channel update. Now, February was a bit of a weird month for the channel. It's the shortest month of the year anyway, and we lost a week because of half term. But I think we did okay. We finished Ghost of Yotai. We did actually platinum that, but off stream. And that is now the video for the platinum is coming this coming week. In fact, it would have been in the schedule this morning. This afternoon you would have seen. Yeah, that one. We began Kingdom Come Deliverance, and yeah, really happy with how it's going. There's so much to do and so many different things to kind of get a handle on. We've had some fantastic people in the chat though with advice and tips and things, which is always really good. So yeah, really enjoying Kingdom Come Deliverance. Roadcraft, we also finished the DLC. We're now waiting for the next DLC, which is due out in March, but we don't know when. There's no date as of yet. And we began Expeditions Mudrunner, which I've wanted to play for a while. I know we didn't vote on it, but I thought we'd have something similar to Roadcraft that we could do whilst waiting for the Roadcraft DLC. So far, I'm really enjoying it. It's a bit stop-start because of the expeditions and the way it works, but it does make sense that it's like that. It's one of the weird ones where you kind of want it to be more smooth, but it actually makes sense it's not because of what it sets out to do. But we've only just started that. There's quite a lot more to go, so we'll carry on with that until the new DLC comes out for Roadcraft, and then we'll go back to Roadcraft, do the DLC for that, and then probably go out to Expeditions to carry on that as well. Now, we also got a release date for Wolverine. So far this year, there's only 2 games I'm considering doing on release that won't require a vote. Although one of them, I may just let you guys decide. So Wolverine is releasing in September. Something I've wanted to play for quite a while since it was announced. And yeah, I've been looking forward to this for a couple of years. Can't wait to see what they've done with it. I'm just hoping it's not too kid-friendly because it's going to take away from what Wolverine actually is. But that's out in September, so that's something coming later on this year. There won't be a vote. We're going to do that on release. Now, GTA supposedly is releasing this year. There's no guarantees, but it's supposedly releasing. So that's coming out in November, I believe. We'll have a vote nearer the time to whether we do it on release or not. You guys will decide. If you don't want us to spoil the story and you want to play it yourself first, brilliant. We'll just wait a month or so, or until it wins a vote to start it, kind of thing. But yeah, Wolverine's definitely a must. Now, looking into March, we have Easter holidays begin, but at the end of March, luckily for us. So we do have a good few weeks of streaming consistently before we then are interrupted by the Easter holidays once again. I know the holidays are annoying and frustrating when we can't stream, but it's been the same for 5 years. It's not something we're going to be able to change. So holidays for the channel, school holidays for the channel are a bit hit and miss. Hopefully, I can get episodic content back for when we lose Easter, so there's something going on the channel. That's my hope. We have got back to recording properly again, managed to stay awake, which is a plus. We have had an issue with an episode of Wreckfest being destroyed because the game crashed, and I lost all the footage because of the crash, and that was really frustrating. But we are hoping to get back to normal. SnowRunner, I want to get back on the channel. Wreckfest, we've got the 6th game in the Far Cry franchise to do as we finish our franchise run. That's the final we need to do until the new one's released, which we don't know when it's going to be either. And obviously, we've still got Metal Gear Solid, the original games to do as well. I think we're on number 2 that we need to do. It's just, I have made a slight decision. Now, for the past, I'd say 5 years, but it's not because we kind of lost a lot of last year when it comes to episodic content. But consistently for 4 of the 5 years, potentially, we have done near enough an episode of something every day alongside streaming. And that was still hard to do. It was still very tricky to keep on top of, but we managed it. And then last year we had some major struggles. Obviously, lack of sleep doesn't help, and we'll have some issues medically because of that. So I've kind of decided for the time being, we're going to aim to do maybe an episode of something every other day. I'm not going to try and put as much pressure on myself to actually keep on top of the curve kind of thing. So I'm thinking, we'll have an episode, so Monday, Wednesday, might be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that's my thinking. Rather than trying to aim for every day, I think it's too much. And although, it's been a long time since the accident, but I seem to be getting worse in lots of aspects. And that's kind of affected things. And I don't want it to do too much damage to the channel, although it already has, with last year being not really as good as it could have been. So we are going to get episodic content back. I'm working on it as best I can. And the hope is we'll have something mainly to cover holidays, but also to cover every other day, essentially. We'll figure it out as we go, though. That's the thing. Um, we were meant to have an operation in March. That's now been cancelled. We don't know when it's going to be. I've been told potentially April, but there's no guarantee. It's so specialist. It's one of those things. It's never, they can't guarantee when it will be. And even if we get a date like we had, it can always be cancelled at short notice because of how specialist it is. My boy reckons I'm going to be turned into a cyborg, which he's really happy about. I don't quite understand it, but he is really happy about it. But that at least is seeing the good side to it. That's the main thing. So we have the full length of March to crack on with Kingdom Come Deliverance. We are going to do number 2 once we finish the first one that's already been voted on. So it'll be a while now, I think, before we have another vote for anything. As I say, Expeditions will continue until we get the Wrecking Ball DLC for Roadcraft, and then we'll go back to that, and then probably back to Expeditions. We'll figure it out. Currently, we're having Wednesdays off to try and keep ahead of the episodic content. I don't want that to carry on for too long. I would like to go back to 5 days streaming, but I need to try and keep myself going. I think I'm pushing myself too hard. I know I am, but it's something we've always done. I've always tried to push through, and at times failed miserably, and it's had a long-term effect. So I'm a little bit more wary of doing that and putting myself in that much pain. Also, because it messes up the weekends with the family and stuff, which isn't fun for them. So I'm trying to be sensible, but also I don't want build this channel up so much. I don't want to then let it all go by not doing what I should be doing to keep the channel going. It's one of those weird ones. We don't do searchable titles. That's on purpose, and we don't do a lot of the things that you're meant to do for a successful channel. We don't change the thumbnail for every episode, that kind of stuff. We don't put my face in the thumbnails, making a weird face either. I don't agree with that. It bugs the hell out of me. But that's what you're meant to do for a successful channel. Now, we haven't done that, and I refuse to make searchable titles because I'd rather the titles say what we're doing rather than something that's going to be picked up by the algorithm. And I won't put my face on a thumbnail. I just don't see the point. And I don't want to put a silly face either. So I think we're doing really well for not following a lot of the rules that people say are the best practices. So I also don't want to let that go too far to the wayside. We are losing subscribers. We're also gaining them. I think it's a fairly even mix at the minute. We're not dropping too much, but we're also not gaining massive amount. Our viewing numbers are average, considering we lose a lot of momentum every time we stop for a school holiday, and normally we get the momentum back and there's another school holiday. It's one of those. So viewership is not too bad considering we stream the worst possible time in the UK because everyone's at work or school, and in America people are asleep, and then obviously around the world it changes depending on the time zone. But yeah, generally our stream times are the worst we could do because of people are asleep or at work. We're never going to have that massive audience unless we stream in the evening, which I just physically can't do. So I think we're doing okay. And it's all thanks to you guys. This channel is what you guys have made it. But yeah, I wanted to keep this a bit short and sweet. I think I'm doing okay time-wise. Yeah, all right. So I want to finish off just by saying a massive thank you to you guys. You guys have been amazing. I know I've had some moments in February that weren't brilliant. I let a lot of things get to my head, and that was quite hard. Hopefully, we can move through that and not have that happen again. And I think the channel is something I've built. I'm really proud of building, and I'm also very conscious of losing that, if that makes sense. I know I need to keep pushing myself to keep going at times when I shouldn't, but I think a lot of that is because I want to keep building. That's my thing. And it's that balancing act that I still haven't got right 5 years on. It's knowing what the limit is without being too bad with it. I can't explain it properly, but yeah, basically we're back. We're motivated. We're going to crack on and keep going. The Wednesdays off won't continue forever. Hopefully another week or two, and then we're back to normal. But yeah, a massive thank you, you guys. You guys make this channel what it is, and I'm really, really grateful for that. And that's the important thing. The things we talk about on stream, I probably wouldn't talk about face to face with someone, but it's quite nice just to chat away. And we do it. SnowRunner's really good for that as well, which is one of the reasons I want to get back, because I'll be on a long journey for a mission, and I'll just talk about whatever I'm thinking about at the time. And I think that's really important. It's a good way of just de-stressing and getting things out in the open, and just sometimes you talk about it to no one. I will stream to no one and still talk all the way through. But it's very cathartic to actually just express it. I think that's the big thing, and that's really helped me for the past 5 years, and hopefully that will obviously continue. I'm rambling now, so I must thank you guys. Thank you for the support for February. March, hopefully, will be a fantastic month. We can get a lot more done. Don't miss the platinum video for Ghost of Yotai. That was our channel's 21st platinum. That will go live on Wednesday. And yeah, I think that's it. A massive thanks to you guys. I hope to see you all in a live stream very soon. Enjoy your month. I hope you all have a fantastic March, and we'll see you in a live stream very soon.